That's always looked to me like the most frustrating. Like I would have a hard time not having a meltdown things, like being in a straitjacket and being like hot and like sweaty and like a confined room where you're like maybe you couldn't get enough breath too, like just being stuck like that and not being able to like get your arms away from your body to like
that'd be awful.
Like you know,
I feel
dry
like
off from the sweat.
I feel like straight jackets are kind of reserved for like people actively trying to hurt themselves or someone else. Right?
Yeah, you would hope so.
It'd be a pain in the ass to just like throw everyone in one of those who was just like, yeah, like I'm just here for my prison dentist appointment. Like I just like that's all I want.
They have chairs like that in prison that are like a straight jacket chair. We were talking about that earlier, right? They have the straight jacket chairs for spitters and the like. I remember Scott was telling me that he was locked. My cousin Scott was locked up one time, and they were like, I think he asked him like, "What's that chair?" And they're like, "That's for spitters." It's like holy shit, because it's got the hood and they put the hood on you and everything.
Yeah, well, you got to stop them from spitting. Like, what else are you gonna do? Make them uncomfortable to the point that they don't want to spit.
Dude, how do you get into that profession? I bet everybody who works in a jail or a prison and has to deal with inmates wants out. There's no way there's a guy where you're like, hey, dude, you've been how long you been here? 3.5 years. Would you like to get the fuck out right now and go work anything else that pays the same amount? You're goddamn right. Nights, weekends, fuck me, whatever. Yes, sir. Yeah. like it's gotta suck so goddamn much. Like there were some cool prison guards when I was in there, and I say cool as in they were cool with me. He looked like a fucking loser, but I know that he was like a failed cop because he told me.
I bet that's probably more common than you guess. Maybe
failed cops being in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. They've got like, I bet when you fail, like, I don't know, the physical exam, god damn, you got to be low bar for that. Whatever you fail, the psych exam, whatever. I bet they're like, you know, who's got a low bar? And they're like, yeah, the sheriff's department. That's why I'm here. Yeah. No. I mean, like it fell off and got dirty, kind of low.
Yeah.
Well, who? The prison. Head down the road. They'll hire you in a heartbeat.
How do you feel about being spit upon?
I've dealt with that my whole life.
Yeah. That is
good.
That would be being a prison guard would fucking suck.
What do they call it?
What an awful
douching?
job.
I think they call it douching the guard when they make that concoction of shit and piss that they let ferment for a little while and get gross. They'll like shit and piss inside like a thing that they can like squirt at them or dash on them. Yeah. Usually if they're in a weird thing, they got to like squirt it on them. But in any case, they take urine and shit and like mix it together and let it stew for days, like, you know, stirring it, adding. No, it needs a little more piss. Let's nice and sloppy the way Daddy likes it. And
I can't imagine that makes you popular in your cell. Like doing something like that, you've got to be like, well, I can't say anything or he'll fucking put shit in my mouth.
The guy I was watching, he was like, you know, they tell you, hey, we're gonna douche the warden tomorrow, and be like, fuck, all right, because I know I'm catching a beating too.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I'd rather get beat than have poo logs shoved in my mouth while I'm sleeping.
No, he means like no matter, he's like, whether I know that he's gonna do it or not, I'm gonna catch the beating. So he's basically letting me know, hey, you're getting your ass whipped tomorrow because of some shit I'm gonna do. And you just got to be like, he's like, they're coming in and they're gonna whoop both our asses.
Yeah, you got to slick me up with my own shit. Quicker!
Can you imagine? Let's be real here. Let's say you're this prison guard who's not getting paid well and everything, and one of these motherfuckers throws a bottle of shit piss in your eyes. You know you're gonna give him an ass whooping tonight. Yeah. You're gonna go get sterilized, and then you're putting your armor on. You're putting your armor and your mask on. And you're coming back with the hose, the pepper spray, and a stick. Because fuck that cocksucker for throwing shit in my
own
eyes.
Fucking thermos of shit.
I mean, he's catching an ass whooping after that. And you have to, right? If you didn't whip his ass, then maybe tomorrow somebody does it again.
Mm-hmm. No, they'd have to. I mean, they really should. The prison guards really should douche him back. Like fire with fire. Like that. It would get real then, because if the guards were like throwing, you know, poop water in their cell, it'd be like, you don't have anything to clean off with. Okay, well, you think about that for a while you.
Well, that's what homeboy told us, right? Like didn't he told us that they tied him down and pissed in his face.
I would hate that.
Yeah,
wait,
they like It was either our guest who was in prison, or it was like the or it was a prison video that I watched. I watch a lot of that shit, so it all gets melded together. But I definitely heard a guy who was talking about how he'd been like strapped down to the maybe Atwood, yeah. How he'd been no, not him. It was a bald guy. It was a big bald guy. But anyway, he was talking about like, hey, they strapped me down, pissed in my face. What are you gonna do?
The jewel thief?
What are you gonna do? Take it, I guess.
I think it's the jewel thief. It's the jewel thief. That's who it is. You got it. Yeah. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy's also the one who was like,
I wasn't even sure you heard me. I think I'm on a delay. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's a little delayed, definitely.
He was the one who makes that prison spaghetti still using the prison techniques. Like, he doesn't even use a goddamn pot and a stove. He's got that thing that you plug into an outlet, and it's two pieces of metal separated by a block of wood, and the wood gets wet and the current flows between, and it all gets hot as fuck and boils a thing of water. And he's boiling those goddamn noodles, and he's making a sauce by microwaving those little shitty store pepperonis until they're crispy, not until they're cooked, until they break into flakes when you rub them between your fingers. And he's flaking that stuff over the pepperoni, and it looks pretty good. He's flaking over the noodles, I should say, the pasta. Yeah. It's Larry Atwood or something.
Larry Lawton?
Maybe, I don't fucking know. Yeah, maybe Larry Lawton. That sounds right. Yeah.